Hello, and welcome to the Spiritualist Circle of Light. This is our conclusion to the Secret Book of John. In our last presentation, we had come to the end of our exploration. We explored a path leading away from spirit, leading away from unity, and we followed it to the point where we discovered what our potential is. We discovered that within us resides wisdom, resides Sophia. And we know there is more. In one of the writings of Hermes, and I'll probably butcher this, I tend to do that, Trismegistus, who suggests that there are 8 spheres or rings. And we begin at the 8th ring, which with the book of John, the secret book of John is the spirit, is unity. And from that we descend into the different rings. We descend Barbelo, the thrice blessed one. We descend until we reach the last rung. And the last rung is Ildebolf. And we learned that Ildebolf is not corrupt, but is merely a different interpretation. Because Ildebolf withheld that one spark of light, that one aspect from Sophia. With Ildebolf, he gave us 7 governors. These seven governors may very well correspond with these different rings. They are called the rings of Saturn. From Saturn, we're given intelligence. And as we continue with our descent, we move further and further. As we move away from spirit, from unity, we move further and further into the realms of chaos. And it is once we have reached the final ring, where we must once more climb back. It is the most difficult thing. In the beginning of our discussion, we began in the light with spirit. We were unified. We were together. And with each emanation, we traveled out of the light and into the darkness. Each one was not as bright as the one before. Only spirit and Barbelo were of similar qualities, but spirit was the central hub, and Barbelo was the first emanation from that, of similar qualities. And then Christ was of a different quality than spirit, not quite the same quality as Barbelo, just as Sophia was not the same quality as Christ, and Ildebolf, again, not the same quality as Sophia, each of them being less, and that is an incorrect phrasing. It's not each of them less. That is incorrect. Each of them being of a different quality than the one before. You could say with Ildebolf, we moved into darkness because Ildebolf is the furthest one removed. And it is thought and reason that divides the darkness of Ildabaoth between the light of spirit, the light of unity. And it's not that the secret book of John reveals the path away from unity, away from spirit, but reveals the path towards unity, towards spirit. We have to realize the darkness. We have to gain wisdom from it. And Christ was sent to help Sophia. We gain wisdom when we move upwards. And from wisdom, from Sophia, we are led out because Christ, Savior, takes us out of darkness. So we move forward. And what is it that Christ asked for? Mind, logos. And through wisdom, through Sophia, we discover mind. And through mind, we discover forethought. We discover Barbelo. And through Barbelo, we discover unity. We pull ourselves back together. We move away from unity. We have these different selves. We have the Christ self, the authentic self, the I don't know. We are fragmented. We become fragmented beings. Ego gets in the way. It's not that ego gets in the way, it's that we lack reason. We lack wisdom. And in order to discover that path, we have to discover wisdom. And the first step towards discovering wisdom is to realize that we are in the dark, to become aware of the darkness around us. And when we become aware of the darkness around us, then we are perceptive. We are receptive, rather, to that light that shines, through that, say, through the light of Christ that shines through wisdom, the comforter. Yes. Through wisdom, we become aware of what we have created. We become aware of our creations. And then through Christ, we become aware of our deficiencies. We are moving towards a brighter light. And when we say through Christ, we are referring to what has been represented, which is mind, which is logos, which is will, and all the rest. And it's through the understanding of these emanations that we discover Barbelo. And when we discover Barbelo, we are ready to receive, because that is what Barbelo does. Barbelo receives from spirit, receives from unification. Barbelo is separate, but unified because she is of the same quality. This, while it concludes the secret book of John, there's more to it, but this is where we end our studies, at least for now. At least for now, because this is an important aspect. This is an important aspect. We gain understanding. We gain a new teaching. We know that to find our way back to God, if we are looking for a way back, because it is part of a process. This is all a part of a process. Some of the ancient religions look at nature as the ultimate expression of the divine, and for us, it is the ultimate expression of infinite intelligence, a continuous beginning, a continuous discovery. We can follow this through the birth process. The soul, as the Egyptians put it, is the essence as it moves into the body, as we develop, as the consciousness takes hold of the body. The consciousness goes through all of this, and we are in the waters of life, the amniotic fluids, the birth of eternity, the birth of experience. And it's when we move out, when we move through those waters of life and we enter into this plane of existence, that we experience all these different aspects, all these different qualities, all these different divisions of self. We become friend, spouse, sibling, offspring. We've got all these divisions, and we thrive on all these divisions, or at least we believe that we thrive on all these divisions, when in reality we are all one. And it's through our perception that we have to move through all of this. Our perception has to change in order to see everyone as being unified once more. And through unification, we are made whole. Something for you to consider. Thank you for visiting with us, and thank you for allowing us to share.